TS Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? Jets Ward back with you guys in the Jets Ward. I'm so excited to be back with you guys in this episode. I am going to be talking about a lot of fun stuff for you guys. But first, if you have been here before, welcome back. I always love having you guys here in the Jets Ward with me. You are so great and awesome, and I love having you guys always returning and having a good time with me. If you are new here, welcome. You are always welcome in the Jets Ward. No matter if you are a Jets fan or a fan of another team, you are always welcome in here. It is a safe space for you. But guys, it is a week away. The draft is coming up so quick, and I know all NFL fans are excited for their teams to figure out who they are going to pick. As a Jets fan, I'm really excited, and it seems like there is basically in the media two players that the Jets could go with, and that is Tyler Warren, tight end from Penn State, who is a great option for the Jets because it is a position that we desperately need. We are starting tight end on our team right now is Jeremy Ruckert. And yeah, he has a relationship with Justin Fields, but he is not a number one tight end. Tyler Warren could come in and be your number one tight end from the jump. He can block, he can catch. He's just overall a solid tight end. Another player who has been looked at as being the Jets pick, and a lot more people are riding on him and wanting him, is Armand Membu, tackle from Missouri. He is strictly a right tackle, could be bumped into guard due to his smaller size, but the guy is a monster as a tackle. He is not afraid to run you over. He is great in the run game, solid in the pass game, can get a little bit better, but is a stalwart on that right side who can round out the Jets' young offensive line for years to come. But there are still rumors out there. This is smokescreen season, and sometimes if there's a lot of smoke, there can be fire. And there have been a lot of players that have been coming around that people have been bringing up that the Jets could take at pick 7. One that I'm not going to mention in this video is Colston Loveland. He is somebody that has been rumored to be targeted by the Jets at pick 7 and could be a shocking pick. But there are so many more picks that I think would shock people even more, but picks that would kind of make sense as well. Jets fans might not like it, but you can make an argument for these players. Now, some of them are going to be positions that we already have, like tight end could be brought up in this video. Colston Loveland, I said, I don't really see another tight end being picked at 7 other than Warren or Loveland. Tackle, there are a couple tackles that could drop to the Jets that people would be happy with as well. Preferably Armand Membu, but there are a couple of tackles still in the first round that people could love. One of them, I think, is the best tackle in the draft, who I will mention in this video. But other positions, safety could be picked at 7. Cornerback could be picked at 7. Edge rusher could be picked at 7 as well. And this is only going to be focused on shocking picks at pick 7 for the Jets. And without further ado, let's get into it. And the first guy that I am going to bring up to you guys is a guy who I brought up in the last video who's been getting a lot of rumors around the Jets as well, and that is Will Campbell. Now, in most mock drafts that have been presented, Will Campbell is going to be going to the New England Patriots. But I honestly think that Armand Membu might be the pick for the Patriots. He just seems like he would fit more of the Mike Vrabel type of offense, which would have Will Campbell fall. Could he go to Jacksonville? They just have an offensive coordinator there. But this isn't really it's a shocking pick if the Jets were to end up with Will Campbell. He's offensive tackle from LSU. He's 6'6", 319 pounds, solid player, looked at as being the best tackle in this draft for a while now. He has the size, he has the power, he's a good run blocker, great pass blocker, and he's got the size of a tackle. He's the left tackle of LSU. So the adjustment to right tackle could be a big one for him, but I think it's one that he could make. He was looked at as a guard as well because of his shorter arms, but honestly, I see him being a tackle. I think he could be a solid tackle in this league, so it might not be the shock factor, but it would be a pick that not a lot of people were seeing because a lot of people projected him to go to the Patriots. So if he were to end up with the Jets, I think a lot of Jets fans would end up being happy with him. Yeah, they might want Membu more or Warren more, but Will Campbell will solve a need and could be a solid right tackle and, again, be a stalwart on the right side for years to come with this young Jets offensive line. So Will Campbell is the first one. And the next one is somebody who I think is the best at his position in this draft. That is Josh Simmons from Ohio State. I've mentioned this guy multiple times. I would not be that shocked if the Jets were to pick him at pick 7. I think a lot of people would be because of the injury he had last year. And it was a pretty bad injury, a tendon injury last year that he had. But he's not an injury-prone player. And there's a difference between being injury-prone, where you're hurt all the time, and just an injured player. Last year, he was just an injured player and just got unlucky. Yeah, now he's coming off the injury, and you don't know how he's going to be how he's going to be doing. Sorry about that, guys. But in his pro day, he looked awesome. He looked strong. He looked quick. He was able to do some of the things that can get fans excited about. But again, he's the offensive tackle of Ohio State. He's 6'5", 317 pounds. He's the left tackle, but can play both sides. He has played both sides before. And he's somebody who I think he's a great pass blocker, wins run blocking with his technique. He needs to build up a little muscle, upper body muscle. But I'd rather have a guy who is great at pass blocking and can work on the run blocking. And that's somebody I just think Josh Simmons can do. And I think he'd be awesome for the New York Jets at pick 7. Do I see it happening? No, but it would be, and I would think it would shock a lot of people if he were to be the pick at 7. So Josh Simmons is another one. Now going on, this guy's been rumored to the Jets a lot, and he's met with the Jets multiple times already. And that's Shamar Stewart, edge from Texas A&M. He's 6'5", 267 pounds. He is an athletic freak. He lit up his pro day. He lit up the combine with just his speed, his power. He's a great edge rusher. He got a lot of bend, has a lot of power. Great blend of power rush moves and speed moves. Can get off defenders or get off offensive tackles really well. And he's a stalwart on the outside. And for the Jets, Jermaine Johnson's just coming off an injury, guys. So you don't know how he's going to be. So does AG, who is a defensive-minded coach, focus on the defensive side of the ball? Shamar Stewart has met with the Jets multiple times already, and he could fit a need, even though it's a smaller need for the Jets. I think he could. You could argue that he could be a solid pick at pick 7. And a lot of teams see him as being a top edge rusher in this draft. And again, would it shock people? I think it would because of all the other bigger needs that we have. But it could happen. All right. So Shamar Stewart could be the pick at 7 as well for the Jets. And I know a lot of people might not be happy about that. But you can make an argument for why we took him. All right. And again, we don't know what AG and Muji are going to do. This is their first draft together as head coach and GM. And it's been Loctite. It's been silent from the Jets building. So we don't know what will happen. So these picks are ones that I think would shock people. The next one, this one's going to be an unpopular one. If it were to happen, this is Ashton Jeanty, running back of Boise State. He's 5'8", 211 pounds, looked at as being the best running back in this class, being looked at as a amazing prospect, a generational prospect. The guy's a beast. He can run you over. He's fast. He can catch out of the backfield. He can block. He can do everything that a running back needs to do. Now, why would this be a shock? Well, if you look at the Jets running back crew, they got Breece Hall, they got Braylon Allen, they got Isaiah Davis. Those are 3 solid running backs right there. And Breece Hall is somebody the Jets fans really still have a lot of faith in. All right, he's shown flashes of being great. This past year wasn't his best year, but he still put up some good numbers. But if the Jets were to draft Ashton Jeanty, that would lead to a Breece Hall trade. Because why would you have all of these running backs in the stable? You can't keep them all. Breece is one that I think would be left out because you love Braylon Allen. He's still young, youngest player in the league at this point. And Isaiah Davis showed flashes too, both power backs who showed a lot of great stuff. Breece might be the odd man out if the Jets were to make that bold, shocking pick of Ashton Jeanty. Personally, I would not like this pick. I would be very unhappy. I don't think running back is a need. I think it's actually one of our strengths on our football team. So this one would really, really confuse me. And honestly, he could be there at pick 7 if the Raiders don't take him at 6. Or the Patriots. Patriots are a team that could take him at 4 as well. That's not being talked about a lot either. But this would be a shocking pick to Jets fans, and I think would anger a lot of Jets fans as well. But leading into our 5th one, this is a guy who's been gathering a lot of steam, and this is Matthew Golden, wide receiver of Texas. He's 5'11", 191 pounds. He is a speed demon. He is quick, runs really crisp routes, solid hands. And AG in his opening press conference, he wanted people to be physical, and he wanted to gain more speed on the team, both offense and defense. How do you do that? Well, you got Garrett Wilson, who's really quick. Get him a solid number 2. Matthew Golden could be that guy and could end up being the best receiver in this draft. I think Emeka Egbuka is the best receiver in the draft class, but Matthew Golden has been showing a lot of flashes as well and could be that top of the line type of receiver who could be a good complement to Garrett Wilson, where you could line both of them up outside and have Allen Lazard as a bigger slot, or you have Allen Lazard out there, have Matt Golden out wide and Garrett Wilson in the slot, or vice versa. You could open a lot of things for this Jets offense, and giving more weapons to Justin Fields could be the key to open up Justin Fields as well, especially if you get a tight end in the 2nd round, like a Mason Taylor or a Fainin, Harold Fainin Jr., who I love as well, which would be, you get Matthew Golden and Fainin in the 2nd round. That would be so exciting, and this offense could light people up. But Matt Golden could be a shocking pick at pick 7 as well. And you could argue Jets do need receiver help. All right. I'm not confident going into a team where Garrett Wilson's your number 1, who I love, and Allen Lazard's your number 2, who you don't like what you see when Rodgers isn't there. Right. So get our quarterback a solid number 2 option. And I think Matt Golden could be that guy. Would be shocking at pick 7. I would like to see it in more of a trade back position, but it could happen at pick 7 as well, guys. And going into the next one, continuing with the Texas players, Jahdae Barron. This one was a shocking one that came up recently that the Jets are keeping close tabs on this guy as well. He's a cornerback from Texas. He's 5'11", 194. And you might be thinking, Ryan, why a cornerback? We just signed Brandon Stevens to starting cornerback money. Well, you might not see Stevens as the cornerback. He might bump to safety because that's a big need for the Jets as well. And you draft Barron, who's a solid cornerback option. Can cover man-to-man, can cover in the zone. Looked at as being a top cornerback in this draft class. Will Johnson being the other one. But I think Barron would be a much better fit for the Jets than Will Johnson. And Johnson's coming off an injury as well. Barron could be that type of physical player that AG would love. Sorry, guys, my dog's sitting right behind me. But, yeah, Barron could be that solid player. 5'11", 194. He's not afraid to tackle anybody either, and he is physical. He is not afraid to get up in your face as well and could be a very good compliment to Ahmad Sauce Gardner. Okay? Continuing on, getting into that safety position. This guy is looked at as being the best safety in the draft. Malachi Starks. He is 6'1", 197. He's from Georgia. Guy's a beast. He's not afraid to tackle, can cover in the slot, can cover tight ends really well. Nice, good speed as well, and a solid tackler. Has a nose for the football. And I just think with AG and Steve Wilks as your top coaches, AG being the head coach and Steve Wilks being your defensive coordinator, both were defensive backs in the league. Would it be crazy for them to go with defensive backs, a position that they're comfortable with, that they're used to coaching as well? Malachi Starks, you want to get the best one. He's arguably one of the best ones. In my opinion, I think he's number 2, and the next guy we'll be talking about is my favorite safety in the draft. But Malachi Starks could be the pick at 7, and you could make an argument for it because what is one of the biggest needs for the Jets? Safety at this point. We have Andre Cisco, but nobody else. All right. And get a young guy like this to round out that defensive backs core. You can't go wrong there. Is it the flashy pick? Is it the sexy pick? No, but it's something of a need. And you fill it with one of the best ones in the draft, which is you can't complain about, honestly. But going on, the guy I would love, who I think would complement Andre Cisco really, really well, and Sauce Gardner, and somebody who can lay down the boom. You love Cam Chancellor from the Legion of Boom in Seattle? Meet Cam Chancellor 2.0 in Nick Emmanwori. He's the safety from South Carolina. He's 6'3", 220 pounds. He is a beast. He is a thumper. He's not afraid to come down and lay the boom on people. Great tackler. And even though he's really physical, he's a good coverage safety as well. Good speed for his size as well. And somebody who I think you want to be physical on defense, you want to be aggressive, you want to blitz, be blitz happy. Could be a box safety as well and could send him on blitzes. And he can get there. He is quick enough and more physical enough to get in the backfield really, really quick, but has the coverage skills to back it up as well. Nick Emmanwori is my favorite safety in this draft, and I think he's going to go a lot higher than a lot of people think. And if it's at pick 7, I honestly would be happy with that. Is it my first choice? No, but he's a pick that, again, would shock Jet fans, and I think a lot of the teams in the draft as well. But you can make a solid argument for him. Leading into the next one, I know, guys. I know. Quarterback is not a big need for the Jets, no matter how many of the big analysts say that it is. Justin Fields is getting paid like as a starting quarterback for years to come. All right? But there's good options in this draft for quarterback, and I got my favorite one right here, and he's been rumored to the Jets a lot of the time. There's other teams like the Steelers, the Saints, other teams as well. Jackson Dart, guys, he is solid. He's Baker Mayfield 2.0, and he's the quarterback of Ole Miss. He's 6'2", 223 pounds. The biggest criticism about Jackson Dart is he didn't play in a pro-style offense. Well, okay, they put him in a system that he succeeded in. That was easier for him. But if you look, his numbers got better every year. His footwork since the combine and even before that, the Senior Bowl, got better and better. He's got a beautiful deep ball, solid arm, not afraid to run outside the pocket and go get the first down himself. And he's got that confidence, not cockiness, but confidence that I think could be really, really good in New York. And you let him sit for a year. If Justin Fields completely wets the bed and you let Jackson Dart sit for a year to learn a pro-style offense and create an offense that utilizes his skills, that gets him outside the pocket, that can get him on the run and throw the ball on the run where he is great at, honestly, he could become a really legit quarterback in this league. I have that much confidence in him. Now, if he comes into the league and bombs, I'll be the first to admit I was wrong about him. But quarterback, it would be a big shock if the Jets took him at 7. I don't think the Jets are going quarterback until the later rounds. I think Will Howard will end up being the pick in the later rounds. But if Jackson Dart was the pick, it would upset a ton of fans, especially at pick 7. But you could argue you got a future franchise quarterback if Justin Fields doesn't do well. I think he's going to, but if he doesn't, you got somebody you can go to later down the road. Okay? And continuing with that, Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is looked at as falling to 7 now. I know the Giants are having another workout with him, private workout, but it would be shocking to me if the Giants ended up picking him at 3, especially having Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston on the team now, adding a 4th quarterback especially with DeVito in there as well. They've done a lot of work on him, but I don't think they're going quarterback. If they do, they'd probably trade back into the first round if he's still on the board. But he's a quarterback from Colorado, 6'1", 212 pounds. If the Jets picked him at 7, I would be completely blown away. I don't know how he would do in New York because a lot of teams are apparently put off by the way he's answering questions in these meetings and how he's going about himself and all the confidence that he has. I don't think having a lot of confidence is a bad thing, honestly. And he believes in himself. Yeah, I know Deion's his father, and teams could be worried about Deion coming in and being like, no, my son's not doing this, or him having a similar attitude or being cocky and stuff like that. But if you look at the kid's work, he's a solid quarterback. He's got a decent arm, not a great arm. He's great in the pocket, can make any type of throw, good footwork, and honestly, can move out of the pocket pretty well. Is it his best? No, but he can do it. Can he be a leader? Can he galvanize a team? I think he can. Is he the pick at 7 for me? No, especially if he's there at 7. I would love to trade back, especially with like the Steelers or the Saints or some other team trying to trade up, maybe the Rams, to try to come get him. But I would be completely blown away if Shedeur Sanders was the Jets pick, especially after leaving or getting rid of Aaron Rodgers, who brought a lot of criticism. The guy was a great quarterback, but brought a lot of issues along with him. Do you really want that publicity and that more chaos? Bringing in Deion's son, he's a completely different person. I don't want to put that on him, but I don't think he'd be a great fit with the Jets. Giants, okay. Jets, I don't think he'd be the perfect fit for the Jets, but if they picked him, you could argue for him about, again, same thing with Jackson Dart. If Fields wets the bed, you have a quarterback to go to in the future, especially if he sits a year. I think he could end up being solid. But again, I'd be blown away if he was the pick at 7 for the New York Jets. Now, guys, those are all the picks that I got. If there is anybody you think that I missed that would be a big shocker at pick 7, let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys as well. And if there's any players that you think aren't that shocking if they were at pick 7, let me know that as well. Let me know what you guys think and get excited. The draft is only a week away, guys. I'm so excited. But again, guys, thank you so much for joining me in the Jets Ward. Have a great rest of your night.